This is the Daily Bread message of Pastor David. Today's chapter is Book of Numbers 20. It's entitled as Why the First Generation of Exodus Could Not Enter Canaan. Why the first generation of Exodus could not enter Canaan. This chapter is divided into four. First, verse 1, the death of Miriam. The death of Miriam. Second, verse 2 to 13, the waters of Meribah. The waters of Meribah. Third, verse 14 to 21, Edom denies Israel passage. Edom denies Israel passage. Fourth, verse 22 to 29, Aaron's death and reason for not being able to enter Canaan. Aaron's death and reason for not being able to enter Canaan. After 40 years of wilderness, and this is also because of disobedience of the Israelites, and the result of the disobedience is a judgment. Miriam and Aaron, they died before they entered the land of Canaan, and Moses also could not enter Canaan. They are the first generation of Exodus. So let's first look at verse 1. There is a land called Kadesh. In the first month, the whole Israelite community arrived at the desert of Zin, and they stayed at Kadesh. There, Miriam died and was buried. So this land, Kadesh, is close to Canaan, and Miriam died at Kadesh and couldn't enter Canaan. Miriam is Moses' older sister, and she blamed Moses and was infected with a disease for 7 days and separated for 7 days. This is the life of Miriam, and she died at Kadesh before entering the land of Canaan. The second part, verse 2 to 13, let's read verse 2 to 5. Now there was no water for the community, and the people gathered in opposition to Moses and Aaron. They quarreled with Moses and said, "If only we had died when our brothers fell dead before the Lord. Why did you bring the Lord's community into his wilderness, that we and our livestock should die here? Why did you bring us up out of Egypt to this terrible place? It has no grain or figs, grapevines, pomegranates, and there is no water to drink." The Israelites gathered in opposition to Moses and Aaron. And this is the continuous disobedience and grumbling and complaint of the Israelites. And even after 40 years of Exodus, they miss Egypt. They does not value the grace of Exodus, and they make disobedience, and they continuously blame Moses and Aaron who brought them out of Egypt. Verse 7 to 11, the Lord said to Moses, "Take the staff, and you and your brother Aaron gather the assembly together. Speak to that rock before their eyes, and it will pour out its water. You will bring water out of the rock for the community so they and their livestock can drink." Verse 9, so Moses took the staff from the Lord's presence just as he commanded him. He and Aaron gathered his assembly together in front of the rock, and Moses said to them, "Listen, you rebels, must we bring you water out of this rock?" Then Moses raised his arm and struck the rock twice with his staff. Water gushed out, and the community and their livestock drink. In consequence, people and the livestock could drink. But there was Moses' mistake. Because of 40 years of complaints of the Israelites, Moses reacted with his emotion. He was not patient. So when God said, take the staff, but Moses struck the rock twice with his staff. He did not follow what God said to Moses. Jesus is the rock, and the rock itself should work. Water should be the one that provides the water. So rock is the center, and we need to reveal only Jesus. But what Moses did was he struck the rock. So he took the initiative. This is the great message to the leaders and ministers. Only Jesus, not the staff or you, are the center. Jesus is the source of life. So let the rock work. Leaders should lead the people to Jesus, and the followers should listen to the leaders and also Jesus. And this is the harmonious and also utmost aspect of community. As a result of his mistake, his disobedience, Moses could not enter Canaan. So I bless all leaders, reveal only Jesus, and be humble before the Lord. Third part, verse 14 to 21. Edom denies Israel passage, and because they did not allow the Israelites to pass, they had to detour. They had to go around. Edom is the owner of the land. Edomites, they are the owner of the land of Edom. So there's nothing we can do. Sometimes we say, what if this person helps me? What if they just support me with something? But this is their decision. This is their decision not to allow you to pass. We shouldn't make complaint. We shouldn't blame them for their decision. So what we have to do is just do our work. Let's move to the last part. Because of the disobedience, as a result of disobedience of the Israelites. And also Moses, the disobedience of Moses, he couldn't enter Canaan. Verse 28. Moses removed Aaron's garments and put them on his son Eleazar. And Aaron died there on top of the mountain. Then Moses and Eleazar came down from the mountain. Aaron and also Miriam, they stood in opposition to Moses. And also Aaron made the golden calf when Moses went to the mountain. He was the immature spiritual leader. He was immature spiritual leader, and his son Eleazar took over his position. The first generation of Exodus died just in front of Canaan. They could not enter the land of Canaan. So our insight and the take-home message is the leader should not react emotionally like Moses, and the leaders only revere God at their step. And only by Jesus Christ we can live in the life of wilderness. So I bless you. to leave you Jesus only, and do not make complaint, and let only Jesus be magnified, only be Jesus be exalted. So I bless you all in the name of Jesus.